Let's have a quick conversation about Zoho Books versus Xero versus Sage 50 accounting. Of course, we are speaking about business accounting software. So here are the fundamentals I want you to pay attention to. I'm going to first start with Zoho Books. And Zoho Books is actually one of the best accounting software for automation. And its built-in automation tools include many functionalities, especially if you are trying to eliminate tedious, error-prone tasks. And bottom line is you are able to streamline operations from an accounting perspective. So that's really fantastic. And what are the pros and cons of Zoho Books? The pros first. Zoho's ability to automate financial functions is almost, in our view, sort of unparalleled among the accounting software that we have actually reviewed from FreshBooks all the way to Sage 50. And tech-savvy business owners will love that the software includes its own scripting language to actually custom code certain functionalities. So when we talk about Zoho Books versus Xero versus Sage 50 accounting, we are speaking primarily about automation. What about some of the drawbacks here? Well, Zoho requires coding abilities to make the most of its automation features, which may be challenging for business owners who are not tech savvy. And the cap of the number of monthly transactions and users may actually dissuade high volume, employee heavy businesses from using the software in the first place. But one thing I want to tell you here is that when you are thinking about the Zoho Books, I want you to think about automating a constellation of processes and that your accountant or bookkeeper will actually find very important. So you actually can automate the issuance of invoices, the reminders, the sending of reminders for those invoices, make if you want your customers to make payments, and also you are able to track expenses and projects automatically. Okay, so that's very important to think about, and it's good to understand that Zoho Books is very easy to use. You are able to actually get things done a lot faster. However, if you want to unlock the advanced features, you are going to actually need a little bit of there could be a learning curve, so you better be tech savvy. But when we talk about Zoho Books in general, we are talking about payment reminders, automated report generation. We're talking about custom functions, a mobile app, a client portal. That's really good. You have invoicing, you have inventory tracking, you have integrations, but the integrations are primarily with the Zoho apps. I want you to look right now on the screen here. Here is a pricing for Zoho Books as of the date of this show. So you can see that Zoho Books is trying to streamline its offer. So you have a free, you have a standard, you have a professional, and you have a premium. Now you have to actually ask yourself, what are your needs from an accounting point of view? What do you need a Zoho for, right? So because the free plan actually is great for businesses with less than $50,000 in annual revenue. It really supports one user and one accountant and includes a fairly robust set of features, including 1,000 annual invoices. So it's annual. You have recurrent invoices, automatic payment reminders, and email-only support. So that's the free plan. And then you have the standard plan, which will set you back $15. So the first paid level actually costs about $20 per month, but with the discount, you have $15 per month. And here you have up to 3 users, your accountant, and another user. And you are able to manage up to 5,000 invoices and use the software to create invoices and projects. You actually can track expenses and reconcile business bank accounts in the first place. So this package includes mile tracking, recurrent invoicing, and automatic bank feeds. And then you have the professional. Now the professional actually will set you back $40, but without the discount, you are paying $50. Okay, $50 per month. And here you have 5 users. So in addition to the features that I just spoke to you about in the standards package, the professional plan comes with purchase, ordering, and inventory tracking tools. You have the ability to create sales orders and support multiple currencies. So if you have an international sort of operation, you'll love this part of things. And you have the premium plan. The premium plan actually will set you back $60. And without discount, you have $70. And here you are supporting 10 users. You get everything in the 2 other paid plans, as well as your own custom domain, access to a vendor portal, and integrations with Zoho Sign and Twilio. So this is kind of cool, especially if you are trying to streamline your operations from an accounting point of view. But when you think about Zoho Books as a business accounting software, some of the limitations that we have found are that you have a monthly transaction cap, multiple subscription for multiple businesses. You have there is a fee for additional users. You have fewer integrations that competitors offer. No payroll services. So if you are looking for a payroll, maybe you can look for Gusto or another software. And also there is a small accounts payable network. So this is something to think about. I want to talk to you about Xero now. So we are still having a conversation about small business accounting software. So this is a comparative analysis of Zoho Books and versus Xero versus Sage 50 accounting. So when we talk about Xero, I want to first talk to you about the pros and cons of this exceptional business accounting software. So the pros first, you have exceptional online help, some new reporting options. So that's really good. You have a new 1099 support. You have a thorough set of contact records, and you have good mobile apps. So Xero actually has a network of mobile apps that you will love. Okay. What about the drawbacks here? So there are no inventory assemblies. Time entries must be tied to certain projects, to specific projects. There is the navigation within Xero could be a little, in our view, confusing. And they also have email only personalized support. So there is no way to contact somebody from Xero and actually have conversation on the phone. But overall, Xero is one of the best small business accounting applications. It's especially good for businesses with several employees who need to, let's say, to access the software, because Xero allows unlimited users at no extra cost, something that Zoho Books doesn't do. And Xero actually supports every element of financial management needed by both young and growing companies. And the application uses artificial intelligence effectively in areas like bank account reconciliation, and its advanced reporting abilities are unique. So that's kind of cool. In terms of cost, I want you to look right now on the screen. Here is the cost for Xero as I did on this show. So you can see that Xero is relatively cheaper than Zoho Books. So I want you to see right now on the screen. And the cool thing is that all of those pricing tiers kick in after a 30-day free trial. So this is kind of cool. So you have unlimited users, okay? And Xero is actually safe in our view. The app has multiple layers of protection for the personal and financial information that you entrust to the company, including encryption when data is transferred and stored, and multi-factor authentication adds an additional layer of security. And the cool thing we love a lot is that we have investigated this thoroughly. All the company's servers and data centers have robust physical security controls, as well as 24/7 monitoring and surveillance. And Xero does regular data security audits and monitors security systems to identify and manage threats. So that's kind of cool. So from a user perspective, Xero is pretty straightforward. I mean, it's a pretty user friendly. So the UX and the UI have been created in such a way that you can use Xero, not a problem. You are able to manage 1099s and bills with Xero, not a problem. You can actually you can track inventory to a certain extent. You can track projects and profitability. Okay, so Xero has tools to create, monitor, and track the profitability of projects. And each project's homepage shows transactions that have been assigned to it, quotes and invoices, time entries, and tasks and expenses. So you have, and we love the level of granularity you have within Xero. So it's very easy to see the money that's been spent and on what. So cash inflows and cash outflows, and adding transactions is not a problem. And the projects, and one thing for sure that we need to really understand is that you have to also understand that you have access to a series of sophisticated reports. So Xero's selection of reports is well suited to the site's features. You can customize your view to zoom in on the subset of data you want, and its export options are generous, though in testing some tools that we have found some tools to be a little complicated, especially when it comes to customizing reports. You can also, Xero has a pretty sophisticated mobile app. As a matter of fact, they have three. One replicates some of the tools and data on the browser-based version. It has a great dashboard and abbreviated versions of contact records and sales and purchase transactions. You can create new ones and edit existing ones. And Zero Expenses, that's the second one. Actually, the second app supports employee expense claims and lets users snap photos of receipts. And Xero then transfers some of the details onto expense transaction forms. And the third app is Xero Projects, which allows users who don't have a full access to Xero to still document their project work. So when you think about Xero, should you use a Xero? Well, in our view, Xero is best for small and growing businesses where multiple people access the accounting software. The app helps you manage every element of your finances, including payroll. Thanks to its integration with Gusto, it could still do a better job with its navigation, but that doesn't affect Xero's ability to crunch numbers. So that's kind of cool. I want to talk to you now about Sage 50 accounting. Again, we are still having a conversation about a comparative analysis between Zoho Books, Xero, and Sage 50 accounting. So when you think about Sage 50 accounting, let me walk you through the pros and cons of this software, this business accounting software. So the pros first: you have great dashboard, you have in-depth record and transaction forms, advanced inventory management tools, voluminous reports. So in terms of the reports are pretty interesting in terms of their breadth and depth. And you also have within Sage 50 accounting, you have a Microsoft 365 integration. What about the cons here? Well, Sage 50 accounting is for Windows only. It's a resource heavy. Some UI elements look dated. So we are speaking about user interface. The elements might look dated, and there are no mobile apps. So in terms of Sage 50 accounting specs, you have double entry, all major accounts receivable, accounts payable forms, and you also have mobile access to a certain extent. But the apps, there are no apps actually. Now, when we talk about Sage 50 overall, Sage 50 accounting, you are speaking about a software tool that's been around for more than 40 years, okay? 40 years. And so one thing for sure, it has full accounts payable and receivable functionality, robust inventory management, exceptional reports, and payroll. And most small businesses actually like QuickBooks Online or FreshBooks because Sage 50 is a little, there could be a steep learning curve. And I want you to look right now on the cost. So in terms of, so they have a pro accounting, premium accounting, and quantum accounting. And the prices that you have on the screen here, those are annual prices. So $595, $1,023, and $1,728. Those are annual prices. And so the pro accounting, the $595 actually amounts to $59 per month for one user. Premium accounting will set you back around $96 to $100 per month for a single user. And basically, quantum accounting starts at about $152 per month for one user. A 5-user subscription cost $301 per month. Okay, so customers who pay annually get a discount, and integration with a Microsoft 365 Business adds $180 per year to each plan, and all plans require a 1-year contract. And so getting started with Sage 50 accounting is pretty straightforward, but that you have a choppy look. You can see on the screen that some of the functionalities are outdated. The UI is outdated. Sage 50 accounting has a highly customizable dashboard. Don't get me wrong though, very good dashboard. You select the fields you want to appear on it and decide their placement too. And it makes a great start to your workday. And now Sage 50 accounting also handles sales in a very granular way. And so the depth and the breadth of this software are sort of evident everywhere you turn in the software. So you, for sales, for instance, open a customer record, for example, and you see multiple layers of detail, including custom fields that can answer pretty much any question you have about the company, its contacts, and their financial activity with you. And you can see this on the screen here. And invoices are equally detailed and exceptionally customizable. Sage 50 offers template for more sales forms than any other accounting app. And the next screenshot here, you can see that this is the level of granularity I was actually speaking about a lot earlier. So we love that a lot. And One thing I want to say here is that besides invoices, you can create sales orders, quotes, proposals, statements, returns, and credits. And Sage 50 Accounting also lets you create and track jobs and treat them as projects, though FreshBooks and QuickBooks and even Xero do a much better job, in our view, of providing a separate set of tools for projects. So this is an important element to think about. But you can see on the screen here the level of the level of granularity that you have with invoicing. So let's talk about vendors and purchase transactions. So Sage 50's vendor module is as comprehensive and detailed as its customer module. Both are appropriate for growing businesses or larger, smaller business. And then FreshBooks, Wave, or other SMB accounting apps support. You can create and track purchase orders, bills, checks, returns, and credits. Electronic bill pay is available for additional fees. And like its competitors, Sage 50 lets you create records and IRS forms for 1099 vendors, but Sage 50 serves large enough customers that it tracks payments and creates 1099 INT interest, 1099 NEC, and 1099 miss forms. And this is an example of Sage 50's depth and flexibility. And purchase transactions like sales transactions have their own landing pages. Can you imagine that? That's really fantastic. You can look on the screen here, their own landing pages, and this is really cool. And you can also track time and expenses in Sage 50, okay? You can create time tickets in Sage 50 Accounting by either completing an individual form for one work session or filling out a timesheet. Both can be used for payroll or for billing customers for services provided. And competitors offer similar tools for time tracking though. Although QuickBooks, Xero, or others, they go a little above and beyond through their integration with QuickBooks Time, for instance. What about outstanding inventory tracking? You can do that too. You can see this on the screen here that Sage 50's inventory management tools are exceptional beyond what any small business accounting app offers. Records can contain voluminous detail from multiple price levels to item types and locations to serialized inventory items. And assemblies are supported, as are multiple costing methods. So that's really cool. And so bottom line here is you have a thorough reports. Sage 50 includes links to reports throughout the software, or you have ancillary reports on related pages. And you can also see an entire list of all possible reports. You get more templates for reports than in any small business accounting app that we have seen. Every one of the software's modules is supported by reports from receivables to payables, payroll, inventory, and jobs. You can apply filters to zero in on the data you want and modify the reports columns, fonts, and page setup, though QuickBooks Online has better customization options. And you can see on the screen here some of the granularity. So here you have aged payables. And so Sage 50 Accounting is safe to use if you are thinking about using the tool. Very fantastic, really great to use. There are no mobile apps though, okay? And so it's something you have to see what really works for you. So bottom line here is that Sage 50 Accounting, in our view, is an exceptionally robust desktop accounting application with comprehensive financial tools, advanced inventory tracking, and thorough reports. So what are the general considerations here? Zoho Books versus Xero versus Sage 50 Accounting. Which one should you go for? Well, everything depends on when we talk about small business accounting software, especially when we compare and contrast. Before you make a choice, you have to really have a clear idea about what your needs are, right? Your small business's needs are. What are your business? First of all, what is your business budget? What is your budget? It's very important to have a clear idea about the budget that you have, because while accounting software for small businesses will likely be one of the smaller expenses on your roster, services can add up, so you want to make sure that you are a smart spender. Once you find information on the accounting software's pricing, whether it is a transaction fee, it is a standard fee, tiered pricing plan, or a custom quote, you should compare your options to see where you will get the most value for money. You got to think about the learning curve also, because the last thing you want is to actually spend a lot of time actually trying to figure out, or have your team figure out how the software works. So the learning curve has to be basically accounting software UI and UX must be pretty straightforward. And so you also want to think about available features. So you got to ask yourself, what features are you after? Automation, text preparation services, payment processing, payroll, expense tracking. So you got to really make sure that those are features, if those are the one that you want, are really there. Also, what about integrations? When we talk about small business accounting software, key integrations may include PayPal, Square, Amazon, Shopify, and eBay. You also got to think about the level of reporting that you want to have, especially when it comes to the granularity, right? Reporting capabilities, we're speaking about accounts payable agent, accounts receivable agent, budgeting, cash flow analysis, and so on and so forth. And you also got to ask yourself, before you make a decision between Zoho Books, Xero, and Sage 50 accounting, are you actually rolling on a cash or accrual accounting method? Also, think about scalability. Okay, you want to make sure that your accounting software that you have can actually scale with your business. And so, bottom line here is you got to really have a clear idea. And so, you want to streamline your accounting and save time with the right software for you. So, here is our selection: Zoho Books versus Xero versus Sage 50 accounting. Which one should you go for? In our choice, in our opinion, the most important thing you have to look for, because all those three software tools have specific qualities, if you will. Zoho Books is great if you already are using other Zoho products. So this is when we will recommend Zoho Books. Although Zoho Books charges you per user, Xero is actually great for small businesses, and that will be our preferred option if you are a small business with a limited budget. And Sage 50 accounting is thorough. It's very deep, so we recommend Sage 50 accounting for small and mid-sized businesses that really need a certain level of granularity. Now, Sage 50 accounting is expensive. Xero is the one that's relatively cheaper among the three. So if cost is an issue for you, you want to go with Xero. If you already have Zoho, if you are already in Zoho ecosystem, you want to go with Zoho Books, and Sage 50 accounting is good for you if your cash flows are pretty solid. So what's the bottom line here? Into this conversation, I just did a quick compare and contrast between Zoho Books versus Xero versus Sage 50 accounting. Of course, we are talking about small business accounting software. So I give you the fundamentals. I give you the general considerations, the selection, and now the bottom line. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.